Why knowledge matters.
But people don't go far enough. So they talk about a mind-body connection. What I talk about, and have a lot of research evidence for this, is mind-body unity. It's one thing. And if you see that, then wherever you put the mind, you're necessarily putting the body. So speaking of sleep, we did this study where we had people in a sleep lab, and they wake up and they see the clock, and we've fixed the clock. So they think they got 2 hours more sleep than they got, 2 hours fewer, or the amount of sleep that they did get. And in fact, biological and cognitive functions follow perceived sleep rather than actual sleep. We have lots of these studies that I think help make the point of this mind-body unity. The first one, which you might know of, is called the counterclockwise study. And I can say this is a famous study because if you turn on The Simpsons Go to Havana, they talk about the study. But essentially, this is the first one in this series of studies. What we did was took elderly men and have them live in a retreat that we retrofitted to 20 years earlier. They spoke about past events as if they were just unfolding. So as well as we could, we made now, then, the past, 20 years earlier. Living there for just a week or less had the effect of improving their hearing, their vision, their strength, their memory, and they look noticeably younger. So that was the first of these. People can read the book to see what some of them are very exciting, but let me give you the most recent. We inflicted a wound. Now, we don't want to hurt anybody, so it's not a major wound, but a wound nonetheless. And again, we use a clock, a rigged clock. So a third of the people are in front of a clock that's going twice as fast as real time. A third of them are in front of a clock that's going half as fast as real time. And for a third of them, it's real time. And what happens is that the wound heals based on how much time you think has passed, rather than how much time has actually passed. We have so many of these studies. One that people might enjoy is a chambermaid study. Chambermaids, interesting, they work all day long, but according to the Surgeon General, which they took as truth, that exercise is what you do after work, and they're too tired. So they're exercising all day long, but they don't see that they're exercising. So all we did was divide them into two groups, and we taught half of them that their work was exercise, just changing their mind about what they're doing. Okay, and they're doing this for a couple of weeks. They're not eating any differently. They're not working any harder or less hard. Nevertheless, by simply changing their mindset to now see their work as exercise, they lost weight. There was a change in waist to hip ratio, body mass index, and their blood pressure came down. Our minds are so much more powerful than we realize, and we've just begun, I think, to scratch the surface. So that's a good part of the book. But
That's why knowledge matters. Make your life a masterpiece. Visit now programs.d-ykm.com.